Hello, how are you? I'm called Albert Bagabe Kanyora. I am in my mid-30s. I am a lecturer at Inkozi University, teach architecture. I'm also an architect by profession. I act as a hobby and also as a side hustle as well as obvious. I've been acting in Power of Legacy. I think it's still on. As Alex Mutoni. Started acting a while ago, and the movies I've acted, I think I was first maybe on TV in the series Deception, and yeah, I saw everything that not I personally what was acting, but the storyline was so common. The mother-in-law issues with the son, and then they had the daughter-in-law, then the child, people kidnapping children, people sacrificing children, and so on, these housemaid issues, and yeah, it's so common. And then also in what I've been acting as in Power of Legacy, the same issues, where issues of inheritance, problematic family issues, lies in a family, DNA issues. Those are so common, especially here in the Ugandan context. These are things that are always recurring, people coming up with new ideas to bring the contextual understanding to film, so that people can pick up lessons and get educated. And yeah, there's a lot of knowledge in the movie industry right now. Using Power of Legacy, I think I'll use Father by Mr. Bate. He had a vision, I think, when he was building the empire, and that vision is probably what built it to the level it was just before we started watching the movie. Now we get to see him in his late the evenings of his years, and that vision isn't clear, especially to the son and to the other employees. There is a scuffle for power. I think having a clear vision, to me, is one of the biggest or the strongest traits of a leader. And your vision should be clear to everyone who you're leading. There's one person who said, make sure when you're leading people, your vision is as clear to them as it is to you. Otherwise, you'll be leading people and you'll reach a point whereby they can't see you anymore, which means they can't see the vision and they can't follow you. So to me, if I was to lead an organization, or if I was a big stakeholder or shareholder, if I was a participant, I would want to know what the vision is, because that's what I follow. That's where the goal comes in. That's where the mission comes in. That's where proper direction in an organization comes from. If I am the leader, I need to instill, or I need to provide such information to these people, and that's how the other participants or the other employees or the other stakeholders get to follow or get to understand what the company is about, where it should go, what are the principles, how do you behave, how do you treat the customers, and then that's where even you get to see proper PR, proper relations, proper understanding of the public's expectation of an organization. But it all stems out, all roots to the vision. If people do not know where it's supposed to go, then everyone will start to build whatever they think is the right direction of an organization. One, it isn't good to betray. Two, it isn't good to be betrayed. That's as simple as that. But I think all that for a young man like me is a learning curve. Betrayal is all part of life. If you look at Samson and Delilah, was betrayed. Jesus was betrayed. You look at if you look at the history of his army men, they all betrayed one or the other. Hitler was betrayed by his men. I think Osama bin Laden was betrayed by his men. We are being betrayed by the politicians we have. We are being betrayed east and west. So betrayal is all part of life. But it is a lesson for the young people to always, as much as possible, have integrity. That's the best quality of a human being right now. Have integrity, be trustworthy, be honest. If you know that you will not be able to do something, it's always important to say it fast. Just say it out upfront. Sorry, I will not be able to do this, rather than tagging along someone or going behind someone and betraying them. Always, because there is what they call karma. What you do to someone, make sure that it doesn't get to you one day. So it isn't good to be betrayed. It isn't good to betray. But all this is a learning curve, especially for the young people out there. Betrayal is out there, and usually they say the people who betray you are just next to you. And you know, we have been watching, listening to what's happening in the football world sphere, and the UEFA president said the snakes we have are in our houses. They are not. You don't have snakes in so far. The snake is in there. So he's talking about the money, the presidents of the different clubs that would call him the week before and they're saying, no, we like your policies. These are very good policies. Then he comes, he's reading news on Monday morning and they're saying, these people have signed to leave UEFA, to create their own league somewhere out in Europe. So this betrayal is so common. Even in the biggest, toppest and the richest organizations we have, betrayal is so common. But how you come out of it, how you channel that energy for positive, how you react. Many people love to snap and shout, why did you do this to me? No. Sometimes silence is golden, sometimes having the right strategies, and also if you've done risk management, you have to input qualities of risk management. You have to also know that I might be betrayed, so how do I mitigate or how do I overcome such a risk of betrayal, especially if betrayal can lead to deterioration or you being ousted from your seat as chairman of an organization. So you need to know, how do I go about it? So what features do I consider? First of all, trust is built over time. You cannot, it's not a one-off, you build it over time. But the level of confidence someone has, it shows. If someone is shy, it's always important to deal with people who are confident. Better the devil you know than the angel you don't know. So it's better you deal with the people who are confident enough, and then always ask the questions you need to ask. Don't react on emotion. Always try to be professional. When you try to do the right on your end, you tend to open up the loopholes of a person who may not have been trustworthy to you. You have to, first of all, have those qualities instilled in you: humility, honesty. If you have them inside you, it's easy to identify them in someone. If you don't have them inside you, then trust me, you will not know what you're looking for. And then there's someone who once told me that when you're looking for something from someone or from a group of people, you may not identify them immediately, but you always have to give honesty. You always have to just keep giving to everyone. And if at all God exists, you will find yourself over time, with experience, with blessings, with grace, with providence, you find yourself being able to identify. That is why you see a manager of so many years can easily identify who is good for a job even without looking at a CV, because of that experience, because of that exposure with people. And I think one of the best qualities from people is just the humanity bit of it. I deal with architecture and deal with humans. If you find someone, you can easily know someone is faking. It's not something that is easy to know, but if you are looking for a human being and you ask someone, how are you? They just reply, I'm fine. Then you know that person is fake. How are you? What's your name? These things, interviews, and can someone write their own application letter? When you read it, you can know, I can't trust this person. If you can't write, even with your bad handwriting, if you can't write something on your own, then you can't express yourself. So I think that humanity bit of it, and we rely on education, we rely on books, but I feel if you want someone who is honest, you have to court them. If it's, let's say, for a girlfriend, you have to court her. But you can also, from the get-go, what are your principles? What do you believe in? If you believe abusing is the right way, and someone abuses, then you say, this one I can trust. So many people say, if I can't drink with you, I can't trust you. So it's something about them. It's more about that person than about the other person. So it is what you reflect to someone that you end up trusting them more, rather than what they are reflecting to you. Power of legacy. Strong companies. Power of legacy. The company was greed. Was coming down because of greed from the son, lack of clear cut, transparent leadership, poor succession planning, sustainability planning of the company, corruption, poor resource management. Once you have such, if you have poor planning, basically that's the best. If there is just poor planning from the get-go, you don't have how to plan your resources, you don't know how to plan your succession, you don't know that if I reach 60 years, my son should start taking over. It should be clear to even the biggest bosses, if that's what you want. Or if I reach 60 years, then the next in line should be in or we are going to interview, or we are going to do this. It should be clear cut. But so many people have to cut corners, so many people don't want to let go of leadership. And by the time you hand over the mantle, you have not trained someone, mentored someone. That poor mentorship is, you find, to me, that's the biggest, that the leaders, they want to hold on to power. Even in Power of Legacy, the father he wanted to let go, but he also wanted to hold into power. He didn't want to give the son the challenge. Yes, the son may not have been the best, but give it to him. Maybe that's also where you came from. That's also how you got to learn the trade. So, to me, what can bring down a company is just that lack of mentorship from the get-go. That lack of when I was growing up, I used to work at my mom's shop from the age of 5. So I'm a salesman. I know how to sell. I can sell anything. I can sell tomatoes. I know how to sell them. So if you give me, for example, at my church where I pray from, I sell CDs. People ask me, how do you sell? I can sell the most CDs. Why? Because I know how to sell. I have those qualities of a salesman. So if I was to take over my mother's company, for example, and it's a sales company, I know what it takes to be a salesman. So if I'm interviewing a salesman to come and work for that company, I know the qualities I am looking for. But it came from the mentorship. It came from the good succession planning. So that planning is the biggest and the most important aspect to sustainability of the company. So if you want to destroy your company, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a company you want to destroy it, you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. A difficult partner is not your enemy, but it's important to keep those people closer, because those people can destroy you or can go behind your back and betray you easier than your friend can. How would I deal with such characters? Well, I just feel sometimes you may not go up, you may not have a choice, and you may not be able to defeat them or to go against them. But be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Just keep to your principles. That is one way of going out. Let them know who you are. Let them know what you are all about. Let them not try to guesswork. Let them not. If people know who you are, yes, they may choose that to their benefit. But if people know exactly who you are and you stand for the same principles, yes. But don't try to betray someone. Don't try to go behind someone's back. Don't try to manipulate people, because the more you try to do that, it will come back to you one time. A younger self of your kind may be a partner one day and will do the same to you when you're 60 years. So, and also surround yourself with the right company. Yeah. Yes, many people want the money is coming in, so you let them in. You let them into the house. That's how you let in snakes, So you don't know who you're letting into the house, So when you're letting people into your inner circle, into your outer, into your deepest, and when you're telling your secrets, be sure who you're telling. Be sure what you're saying, because all in all, in the end, it all comes back to you, because you are the person who let them in. Yeah. So when you're going to they say when you lay your bed, you sleep in it. No one lays your bed for you. If you don't lay it, you will sleep in what you have. So the people you let into the house, that is what you have. If you're being betrayed, you're only being betrayed by a foreigner. Uganda or Power of Legacy the company Grand Hotel was not being destroyed by people of the outside. Inside, the kind of Alex. So Bate brought in Alex as a young man wanting to mentor, but Alex became a problem from inside. But can you be able to sweep or clean up from the inside, or set principles, set standards that even from the people from inside you cannot destroy? So many companies are like that, whereby the inner circle, by the time you destroy it, that means you have started destroying the fabric. You've started from the root. Yeah. So you have strong roots, then surely the leaves, even if they fall, the plant will never dry up. It's good to dream. Always dream as much as you can. When I say dream, I don't mean just sleep and whatever happens when you sleep is the dreaming. No. Have a goal, have visions, have plans, have everything. But if you want to be a dream chaser, you must be able to get up and do what you have dreamed of doing. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You fall 7 times, but get up 8 times. If you look at all the people who have chased their dreams, Steve Jobs had a GPA of 2.65. That is below. That's out of 5. It's below the standard. That's a poor mark. But he chased his dream. He consistently chased his dream. So many scholars. This gentleman, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, started from his garage. People that by that time, the online shopping and what was people would say, you can't have such a dream. Right now, richest man in the world. This man Ford, the people who introduced cars. By then there were horses. Someone said, how can I drive a car? I have a horse. Right now, who is riding on horses? People who this Elon Musk sending spaceships into space, and when his own mentor, his own people, the people who he believed in, where he got his vision, where he got his dream, the Armstrongs were saying, no, this commercial space travel, it cannot happen. Right now, amongst the richest people in the world. So if he stopped at dreaming, maybe he would still be dreaming up to today. Maybe he would be the richest man in his dreams. You can't be the richest in the dreams. You can have the most dreams, but you can't be the richest in a dream. But if you go out and chase your dream, people who are in the parliament probably are chasing their dreams. People who are out there, who are driving the big cars, who are sitting at the top CEO positions, the highest penthouses, the beautiful homes. Maybe those people are chasing their dreams. Maybe even those have not even yet accomplished their dreams. What do you have to do? You have to get up. You have to wake up. Stop sleeping. Wake up and chase the dream. Just wake up. That's the best advice I can tell you. Wake up and chase it, even if you fail. As long as you are awake, as long as you are alive, as long as you're breathing, as long as you wake up, you will chase the dream and keep on that dream. You will have. They usually say, why do you think the end of a knife cannot pierce you deeper than the end of a needle? It's because of how focused or how sharp or how direct the end of a needle is. The end of a needle does not deviate. It's not. Yes, a knife can go through you, but the end of a needle will easily pierce. That's why they use a needle to either draw out blood or insert medicine or water. So how sharp is the end of your needle? How is it able to draw up? Are you able to focus so hard and get to your goal? Okay, and then the last is consistency. You must be consistent. If you're not consistent, even in your failures, be consistent. Evaluate, say, okay, yesterday it wasn't good enough. How can I make it better? Do not give up on your dream. Do not give up on what you were on chasing something. You know, if you've watched these soccer games or Formula One, you find someone drops from a winning position to almost a losing position. But what determines the man or woman in you? How you recover. Do you give up? Do you say, I will try again tomorrow? Or do you say, no, how can I make it better today? Then tomorrow you will find it is already better. Why do you wait for tomorrow? Be consistent. You have a level of consistency and a level of discipline. This, of course, consistency comes from discipline. A level of discipline over a long period of time can help you better chase that vision, better wake up as well. If you're consistent, that means you know that I wake up every day at 4:30. So I'm consistent. I know if I've woken up at 5, where is the problem? There's a problem. Consistency. What do I do when I wake up? Do I go on my phone? Do I start scrolling through Instagram, Twitter? No. Or do I wake up and get a book? I'm reading a book of who is Putin. And if you see what kind of man Putin is, you will be shocked. But how am I getting that information? From my consistency. Be consistent. Chase your dream. Wake up. That's the best word I can tell you. Wake up. If you want to chase something, wake up and look around you. The opportunities are so close, they're not so far, they are right, and you are so talented. So use your talent. Remember the man who put the talent under the soil? Don't be that man. Be the man who is given 10,000 and produces 20,000. Double your talents, double your efforts, double your consistency, double the amount of time you wake up. Wake up, young men.